Now we do look at the map state right now. Pays and Wink had made the move up towards top side. Flandra is going to have to fight off the 1v2. Xiaoshu had gone down towards bot side. Now Pays flashes, gets the root. The wind becomes lightning, and Shun trying to look for this first blood and does it. Up striking gold. JDG on the board. Flandra might have a rebuttal now, though. Still has the equalizer available. Tarzan gonna look for the play, goes for the flash over the wall. Shun in trouble. Dawning Shadow comes across. They have a lot of damage, but it's not enough yet. Pays is gonna take down Kael. Now it's the play on the Shanks here too, as Scout finds a nice little hit with that shockwave. We're gonna get the TP coming in, and AL just give that entire side of the map. They're gonna ping down towards bot, try to get this outer turret. It's going to be slim pickings there for them, just trying to recoup a little bit of that gold. It's still a very dead even game, but that Rift Herald will open things up in mid lane. It should gets a little bit handsy here. He's going to throw up the Rift Herald and might just throw up his life. Step charge going to be used by Wink to make sure he can get out. The charge comes through.
The zoning quickness there from Kael as he just ults and then doesn't use his W to walk forward. I mean, for AL, this is like, they're still losing out on this if they can't get something mid lane.
Oh, they actually are looking on Pays here. He doesn't really have any escape tools. Dawning Shadow buys time, but the seismic shove ends his life. Shanks finds the kill, and now they're going to follow up. Double shockwave, though, to respond. They end up finding good damage onto Kael, and he will end up falling. Shun's still alive here. Another seismic shove.
How is Hope alive?
Xiaoshu coming alive, too. Now with this needle work, will only hit the tip of it. And that is a crazy fight 16 minutes in.
It's about if they can get those resets. They made a big play to try and take that tier 1 turret and committed Hope's ultimate as well to do so. Again, in a position where gold is about even, not really anything to split hairs between in any of these roles. It's JDG, though, that have started up this dragon. They're there first.
Scout's got an angle. Oh, they just take the fight. I think Shun wanted to try to take the dragon. Now Wink has overextended. He's about to give his life as well. Tarzan finds a big cyclone onto the backline. Kael, he's just dip diving and dodging all over him. It's like pinball, and he's the ball. Right into the hole goes AL, and right into the soul point fight.
And JDG just weren't anywhere for that. Like, they didn't do anything. Wink went forward, looked for a hook. He managed to get away between Locket and a couple of shields from the rest of the team. But JDG just did nothing. They've still got Shockwave, Dawning Shadow, still got Needlework. They just didn't even bother trying to take that fight.
And that's going to be the spikes we're waiting on. Those are the moments we're waiting on. It is AL collapsing to try to take this outer turret. They might have just made a fast play on the Scout. Scout instantly flashes, but he can't get out. Equalizer comes down as well. He's in trouble. He's left out by his lonesome. Even the depth charge couldn't save him. As AL strike again, and now they're just going to go for the Atacon.
Yeah, this whole time Xiaozu decided he wasn't committing to a fight here. He was splitting. He was going to take some gold.
See that forward sword for AL. Tarzan stealing away the Chicky Nuggies from Shun. Shun's going to get engaged on by Tarzan, instantly going for the Cyclone flash from Shun, trying to get out. Crescent guards use, equalizer down. They have a lot of damage here, but the Dawning Shadow is going to save a lot of it. Shun going the other way, gets away from Shanks, but Xiaoshu is already down. Flandra had taken his life from him. Pays tries to get some damage back into it, but JDG, they have to close ranks. They have to find something here, Rude.
And it's just desynced, you know, we're looking at the timings of these ultis. Jun goes in, he's able to buy a lot of time, then Xiaozu goes in, he buys a lot of time, ends up falling, and then Scout comes in after all of that, then uses the shockwave. It doesn't feel like JDG are anywhere near on the same page. Like they've really got an idea of when or why they want to go for these fights. Would like to see them try and consolidate a little bit in when and where they're looking to try and take these skirmishes. If they're going to contest Vision, then contest. But you can see that Jun's kind of half in, half out, not really making too good of a maneuver. And Hope is just free-firing this whole time. AL, largely 5 members strong and a massive core as we look back to live.
Meanwhile, it looks like a deja vu, but this time it's in mid lane. Scout is just taken out from the team surgically as AL try to cut off the rest of the squad. They end up finding Wink with it. A double kill to Hope, who, just like in their last series, is popping the hell off. And he is feeling himself now in this rise for anyone's legend.
And on this Sivir as well, he's got so much safety between the Flash and the Ghost and that spell shield as well, that he never really needs to be threatened by any single spell from JDG because they're so disorientated, because they aren't going in together. Kyle's getting access to this Orianna quite frequently, and it's not necessarily what we would expect.
Flandra had to run away. They're going to start up the Baron again. This is a bit bold from AL. Maybe second time to charm.
Good
Weaver's wall going to buy time. They're going to try to burn it. This is a little bit questionable as Chun goes in for the fight. Tarzan's already getting locked down, though, but he's cycloning his way out. He makes an escape, but they already found one back, as now some of those damage, some of that AoE is really ringing true. Pays finds the flash play. That was devastating, and JDG find a little bit of something. Tarzan comes back into the fight, finds another one. Swinging his stick around, and Shanks throwing rocks. It's like we're in the Stone Age, but it's working for anyone's legend.
And barely AL come out on top of that. A very back and forth team fight. I think the Mountain Soul having some pretty big ramifications here. Some massive shielding coming through just as players try to commit to a secondary fight. No Baron taken down though, and for JDG that's a win. They stop the Baron going down, and honestly, they don't lose out on much more than anyone's legend. They get a big shutdown as well. Paze is able to flash forward, take a massive shutdown onto Hope. And yes, AL are going to take a couple of jungle camps, but AL will have been in this position and thinking, damn, we would have liked a pretty clean fight, and to have the Baron off the back of this as well. This fight gets split up. We get to see the power of Xin Zhao and Gwen. Flandra's ulti, after they get sort of separated by this Weaver's wall, first of all, creates a decision for Paze and Scout. Do they want to go over and commit, or do they come back and wait for that to go down? You can see that they elect to go backwards, but also Hope's trying to auto-attack here, but he's not actually doing any damage because Gwen W's down, Xin Zhao ulti's down. And all this time, we're not quite getting that Sivir power. Paze flashes in and decides, I've actually had enough, I'm going to take this AD carry down. And then we see this re-engage. But back on live, they're dancing around the Baron once again, Mazel.
I mean, AL are just returning to the pot here, stirring it a little bit, if you will. Shanks has a bit of an angle. He does not have the Weaver's wall available to him. Looks like it was just used on the hunt, also popped by Hope. Engage, not going to be there just yet from JDG. They find the seismic shot, the equalizer, Scouts down. They find the middleman, and now they're about to spread them apart. They find yet another pick on the Wink as well, and JDG, they're trying to retreat. They're throwing up the white flag. Please, mercy, anyone's legend.
Shanks with a great pick onto Scout. A massive flick means that the mid laner from JDG falls, and AL are going to be rewarded with the Baron.
Oh, man.
Wink throws away his life as well. We'll ignore Shanks' flash after the fact, but AL come up trumps.
And it's not a good game all around from JDG, but man, if it's not the talk of the town of how Scout has not been able to perform for this team all year, honestly.
Yeah.
And he is the one that gets picked out 2 times in a row.
And honestly, just a great flick from Shanks. If you want to have a little laugh here, we can watch him again. Looks for a second onto Xiaozu, not quite able to find it. Does sort of throw away his flash, but many difficult questions, Mazel, and I've sat here trying to figure out an answer for you. I'm afraid it's just not possible.
The answer
JDG, they're looking for a flip.
Is to just start it up. Yep, why not?
I mean, they see Kyle coming around.
Oh, this is a commit. They're literally TPing on the wrong side of the fight, or at least the opposite side of the fight here. Here comes Shanks, AL. They're just going to try to close this one down. Wink's already going out. That's the front line shattered for anyone's Legends fight going forward into JDG, and it's looking like a party for anyone's Legend. They even throw up the panda emotes. Everybody's having a good time except for JDG.
Game number 1 for AL. A colossal fight down around the bot side. Clean ace. Never really looked close. JDG, a bit of a desperation play. They weren't really going to get much better of a situation than that, and that kind of tells the story of it.
Yep. And anyone's Legend, for the first time in the split, they will find a red side win. It was their namesake, it felt like, in split number 2. They were the red side team. They were one of the only teams that felt like would choose red side. And now they finally find that win, especially off that momentum of coming off a win, finally over WE.
So some of the spells burned, and they still want this. Scouts coming in to push the wave. AL, they need to rescue this here. You can see Shanks dropping waves mid to get here in time, but he's going to be too late.
Oh, it's too late. Hope is going to be left. No, the CC. Kyle, you absolute monster. They aren't able to get Paze, though, in the end. They might be able to chase, though. They do want it. Shanks can't find the angle there. and that's first blood for JDG.
And that there is the pinnacle, really, of what we were hoping for from JDG, and more in that side lane, and try to really use the Cassante as a tool to take out Hope.
Oh, they really wanted Shake. Shake just baited them out.
They really want
him. Coming too. They are using everything. He has flash, but he can't get out. The CC chain is too much, and Shun will get the kill again.
Yeah, 2 flashes and 3 ultimates expended there, so they are committing a heavy amount to that top side, meanwhile leaving this mid lane completely open. Remember, Trundle plus Grubs is a lethal duo, so Hope and Kyle in tandem have already taken down 2 of these.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's got flash, so he gets out to safety, but from Tibbers in this side lane, but no flash for Tarzan, no Scout.
The flash play from Shanks, though, it's gonna be enough. Scout has no flash. He burned it when they caught him earlier. Yeah, that's a little bit of troublesome moments for them, but Kyle just based the I can't watch my goat. No. Oh, it's JDG trying to make a play now, but it's a 2v3, 2v2 now. Kyle trying to put down some damage, but Tarzan is just whacking them, man. It's playing whack-a-mole at the arcade right now, and JDG are the ones popping their head out of the hole.
So it's a 2-for-1 on that top side. It's another win for AL. It's the power of this Trundle really coming to bear. The Subjugate giving him so many stats and making sure that he's able to stand tall in that skirmish. Finds 2 for the price of 1. And it's Scout once again just on side lane, losing out. It's about that recognition, knowing that actually that's where they punish Scout. But now Tarzan the one under fire.
Still has flash, can get over the death wall there, as I like to call it, but now Flandra has shown up, still has the ultimate. They can pull the trigger here. They're going to go for it. Hope waiting to go in as well. Hope trying to find it. Void Seeker in. Double knock-up, triple knock-up as well. Now Shun on the wrong side of the fight. He has to be careful because the rest of the team from AL is going to chase him down. Dragon's going to go through. He's locked down. He can't! With flash and everything there, he goes down. Dragon goes to anyone's legend as well.
And that's 2 carries from JDG that just sit, look at their F key and think,
oh, that feels real bad. That feels real bad. Anyways, JDG back on the map. I mean, it's only about a 2,000 gold deficit. They're still going to try to be proactive themselves and make this play around this Rift Herald now too, but AL are here.
Okay, and we'll see. Maybe this is why they saved their summoner spells, Mazel, for the big fight around the Herald that AL can't possibly win with all of these summoners.
This is a weird position, but Wink just goes for the play. They get the double CC, the Pop Blossom over top. Hope comes in with the Killer Instinct. You got to watch Hope. He's on Scout trying to get the fight in. All out comes in. Xiaoshu gets shanked beautifully out of the fight now, too. Now AL have to flash away from the advance of JDG. Really just not super confident in where they can enter and how they can enter here. Tarzan just wants to pull the trigger. AL are bloodthirsty.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss.
Kyle baited him. He goes in with the double, hits the triple two. Wink gonna go down to Hope now too, and Shun trying to block off against Kyle and Hope, but Hope finds the other angle on him with the Killer Instinct, but now he's in trouble. He's by himself. Oh! Big play from Shanks, double CC, and Hope is still alive. AL's kicking, and it's right into the teeth of JDG. They might not have any molars left. They're definitely not gonna even have any front ones.
A massive flash from Shanks saves that team fight. It looked for all the world like Paze was going to be able to pop off and go crazy. Not the case though. Shanks immediately flash stuns, catches Paze out, and it then gives just enough damage for Hope to be able to win that 1v1 between the marksmen in the back half of this fight. Wink dodging massively here, missing out on that shattering strike. Why is he walking in? Gets caught by Kyle, and it's a 2-for-1 deal. They catch out Wink, they catch out June as well, but then Paze here, free hitting this whole time. You're thinking he's getting good damage onto Hope, actually. What could change this? Well, it's a flash W from the Annie. The Disintegrate follows through as well, and had that not came through, Hope probably loses out on that side fight. Kyle probably dies to him as well, and then the rest of this looks completely different.
Just some of these decisions, man, it brings me back to what made this team so lethal. Hope is playing with the inch of his life there, and he uses the Killer Instinct to get away from Xiaoshu's entrance where he was coming out of the fight. I mean, those little decisions mean so much, and now JDG, their heads are on a swivel. They've been spinny, and they have no hope in these fights right now. Oh, they're gonna
And
catch
for all
Scout
the
too, maybe?
for all the criticisms that I gave AL in game number 1 and saying, yeah, we've seen this before.
Oh,
This time
no.
round, game 2 looks pretty good. Scout spotted out on this side lane.
Oh,
Tarzan Kyle
instantly when they see
swarming.
him, as soon as they see him, they pounce. And Hope finds another kill. He'll go to 4-1 and 5 on the Kaisa. And that'll be the outside turret also going to AL. They have ballooned this lead, Rude.
What's actually been really big is these mages coming to work for AL. 11 out of 12 kill participation for Shanks. Kyle as well, 12 out of 12, doing really well. But JDG looking for a death brush, gets spotted.
Whoa, all right. They know that Kyle
There we
can find
go!
a 3-man pop blossom into the double Tibber CC, and Hope goes to the backline. Hope finding the backside with the killer instinct and melts down 2 into parts. JDG being ripped from their very lives in front of our eyes.
Yeah, Zhaozu finds one on the backside. He's able to take down the support, but it does not matter. Shanks the next one on the chopping block. Zhaozu!
He does end up finding a little bit here. Doesn't have enough, though, and Shanks puts him down with the flame blast, and the ulti came back up. It's in time, and the killer instinct is not up, but the Void Seeker helps, and Pays gets chomped down by Tarzan.
And Scout got caught up there by the knockup, probably thankful that his AD carry has to give his life for this. And that's the power that this AL composition has. The re-engage, the Ornn ulti wasn't available for the initial fight, but just there and then he's able to find one extra on the backside of this. I will just say, quick credit to Zhaozu for being able to look competitive in this fight, where the rest of his team kind of floundering around. Maybe the free access to the backline helped a little bit there, but it's anyone's legend coming out on top once again, and JDG looking for, again, a little bit of a desperation play. Kyle sort of spotted this earlier on, and with a massive flash knock-up triple on the Pop Blossom, Junzi's going the wrong way. Wink does a good effort at trying to disengage, but the second Hope gets into that backline. It's already curtains.
Dude, he does so much damage once those plasma stacks come up. And again, like you said, Xiaoshu looking serviceable in these moments, but Hope just skirting the edge. Shanks was the ended up play from Xiaoshu, but he's able to get away.
Yeah,
and
dodge skew there, dodge skew there.
Yeah, able to get the CC back up. He had the stun back up. The fact that Flandra's ult comes back up at the end there, just comedic in a lot of ways. There's some pings coming down because they've already started up the Baron for AL.
Yeah, I mean, 2 man of Trundle Kai'Sa can do this. It's about JDG trying to make their way in if they want to.
Oh, the instant Tibbers into it. Shanks doesn't really have much. He's about to have his CC back up. Hope just goes in. Kyle goes for the double. Does end up getting Hope that kill, and now they can just front to back this one all day. Xiaosu looks nothing like that last fight, and now the ulti from Flandra. His tank duties have been served well. The pillar stops Scout from going anywhere, and that's a full total ace, and a clean one at that for anyone's legend.
They didn't even need the Baron to break open the base, Mazel. They might not need it
GG.
to end this series.
Oh
Anyone's
God.
legend. 5-0. Clean ace at 26 minutes.
That's almost the fastest game of the split. The shortest game was 26-12 with Ultra Prime and TT. It's a little bit off of that, about a minute, but it's a potential return to form for anyone's legend. Welcome back to the LPL, baby. 2-2 now, evened up.
And in a consecutive series as well, right? They were 0-2, now they've found a second series win, and finally, we see AL come alive in a game 2. We talked about them being